Hey, then just kind of walk us through your night. Maybe you can tell us a little bit what happened. I know something happened.
Yeah, for sure. The start wasn't the best. Heat start was good, but main event start wasn't great. And then I got tangled with another rider going through that first rhythm and ended up biffing it. Got a little ran over, so the back was a little scraped up. Wasn't too great, but the bike was still in good shape. So made our way back up to 5th, which I'm stoked on. That's to leave the first round with the 5th place after crashing in the first turn. I mean, I'm happy with it, honestly. Could be leaving here with an injury, but instead, God's on my side, and we're just gonna keep pushing through.
Do you think mentally coming out of this, if you would have won or happening what happened tonight, does that make you, do you think you're gonna be stronger next weekend because of today?
Yeah, now, I mean, it's just gonna give me a little more motivation. It's honestly, stuff happens for a reason. So yeah, it's definitely gonna give me some more motivation and definitely be feisty at the next round.
And in these West Coast rounds, these first 3, are you, what's your plan? Are you staying out here?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in California until Glendale, Arizona.
Oh, okay. And then from there, you got a little break, right?
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, good job tonight. We're excited to see you next time.
Yeah, hell yeah, thank you guys.
A1, always unpredictable. But you know what? I think you came out of it pretty clean today. Can you kind of walk me through it?
Yeah, it was up and down day. Qualifying wasn't great for me, but yeah, neither was the heat really. But main event, we got a bad start, which wasn't putting ourselves in a great position. But I rode well. I rode really well. Charged hard, made some good passes, and had a late race charge. Almost got on the box. So felt like my riding was really good. Just got to get off the gate a little bit better. But yeah, I think I put myself in a good position. You know, 4th at round 1, solid. Obviously, we saw there's a lot of chaos. So stayed pretty clear, rode good, and think we have what it takes to get a win.
Now today's start in particular, these split starts, it's not, we don't do those all the time. Do you think that is a factor of making it kind of chaotic?
Yeah, I mean, that start was dangerous in my opinion. And even if you look at it, there's only 3 or 4 gates that are even not putting you in the bales, or you know, if you were on the outside, you're in no man's land, and then you're going into 3 singles, into a tight turn, straight to a Supercross triple. So I know they're trying, but I don't think that one panned out very well.
Yeah, so came out pretty clean. Didn't really go the case for a lot of people today. I feel like today was pretty kind of flipped upside down, it seemed like, for everyone, and I kind of feel like you were right where you need to be to keep that momentum going, right?
Yeah, and that's A1, right? You either have a great weekend or you can have a really bad weekend. So yeah, I kind of, you know, wasn't flashy or anything like that as normal, but put my head down, and like I said, I rode really well. I think with a top 5 start, I could have been on the box for sure, and challenging for sure.
And then lastly is just coming out of this, the start, is that really the only feel like we really need to work for next weekend? Yeah.
I mean, in some speed. You know, I think you know, those guys in qualifying especially were really throwing down, and everyone's excited. Everyone's, you know, fired up for A1. But I think we could be a little faster. There's no doubt there. So we'll work on that. And but overall, like I said, I'm in a good spot right now.
Perfect, man. All right, have a good night.
Thanks.
For the new guy out here, I mean, I think you stirred up today. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think it was a super good night. A lot of positives. It was a pity to crash in, in the main event, but I'm very happy with a P2 in the heat race. Good speed 2 in the opening laps of the main event. I was fighting with the rest of the riders, so a lot of positives. We can learn so much from today, and I'm happy with my team. We got a whole shot, so we got to keep going this direction. Way better than expected, so nothing to say, just happy to be in one piece, and keep going for San Diego.
What about coming into today? Do you feel like, did you have a lot of jitters or nerves, or were you just excited, or something to prove maybe?
I felt like I was more in my zone than, for example, last year, just because I'm racing here now full time, and this is what I got to do now, Supercross. So I actually have had a very good mindset coming in, and I actually felt very good all day, like mentally. I was very realistic with every result. The P2 in the heat race was maybe a little bit of a too good result for my little time on Supercross, and then getting a good start in the main and leading laps, I was kind of surprised. I was like, oh, this is maybe too much for me. But no, I'm very happy, make very good steps. just happy. Like I started the day a bit not off, but a bit slower, and I just got better and better. So it's good.
And then if there's anything that you learned from this weekend that you're going to take to the next few rounds?
Oh yeah, so much stuff. We learn about the bike, how to get it better. Obviously, I was riding today way better than maybe at the practice track. So obviously, we step it up now with setup coming to the next races, but the team is ready. And yeah, it's more about me just picking up the speed and more consistent, and that's it.
And I think my last question about some of your goals for the season. I mean, you might have even checked one off tonight with that hole shot. So what other things are you kind of looking for?
My goals for the season are pretty much starting up front. Then after that, try to lead as many laps as possible. I feel comfortable when I'm up front, so I need to try and be at front the most time as I can.
All right, man. Well, cool. We'll see you next weekend.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, man. You obviously on a new team, came in strong, A1. You seem to be gelling pretty well on that bike. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, I love the bike. It's awesome. We've been working really hard on it. It felt like a very short off season. We had so much stuff to try, constantly getting the bike better, the team's done great. We're gelling really well with everyone. It's been a lot of fun. I've had a blast this off season and having a lot of fun. Just on my motorcycle, enjoying the people around me, and it's been good.
It's a much different. You went from a packed house of training to a much smaller group of riders, obviously, and with your team. How is that?
Yeah, it's been good. I think that a little bit more personalized throughout the day, program, bike, everything. There's a lot of guys that work on the team. There's a specialized job title for kind of everyone there, that they have a specific job to do, and everyone works well together at the same time. So it's been good. I think that I've got a lot of attention throughout the off season. Anything that I wanted to try, we've been able to try it, and if I like it, it's good. If not, then we take it off, and if someone else tries something that they like, I'll try it or whatever, and we have the freedom to kind of do whatever we want, run whatever we want, which is really nice.
Now, I've been watching you the last couple of years, and man, you've been grinding. I know you've been wanting to get these wins. You've been wanting to get up front. You are the guy that's up there. And now that you're on a new bike, you're comfortable, we're at A1. Did you come into this season with that grudge or just wanting to get this done? Or did you meet and exceed your goals today? Or are you looking for more?
Yeah, we're always looking for more if we don't win, right? So, I've been around for a long time. I believe in my abilities, my fitness. I believe in the bike, so I know that I can win. So, the goal is definitely to win. Whenever you come to A1, anything on the box is pretty good, I would say, or you're content with it, especially with a fall. So, you definitely can't win it here, but you can lose it pretty quickly. So, just one mistake can put you kind of out of the championship right away. So, always good to come out with a podium. I want more. The team wants more. We want to get that win, and I think it's definitely possible.
I definitely think it's possible as well. Yep. Especially with you on the team now, I think it's happening this year.
Yeah,
but
hope so.
And my last question is, what did we learn from today that we're going to take and apply to these next couple of rounds?
A lot. There was a lot of things about my bike that I confirmed tonight that I thought were really good at the practice track and I thought would translate well. There was a couple things that I think the bike does better at the practice track than here because of track condition stuff, maybe a little bit of turning. Kind of was overturning tonight and sometimes get a little more traction. Can really believe in the starts though. I got really good starts all day, and the practice start I got the whole shot, heat race whole shot. Main event had a good start, but Joe just had a equally as good start right beside me and got the start. So it was really good.
Actually, one more question, last question. Speaking of the starts, this split lane start, we not a fan of that, or does that make it difficult when you guys kind of come together like that?
Yeah, I started on the inside all day and had pretty good jumps, so I honestly never even really noticed the guys on the outside of me. I think that it's okay. Some split starts are really good. This one I think was a little bit. If you were on the outside, I think it was going to be hard to get a start. Just the way that the first turn was, and the start wasn't long enough to kind of sweep from the outside. So you definitely want to be on the inside today.
All right, man. We'll see you next weekend.
Yep, thank you.
Juju, you looked good on the bike tonight, man. I think, came out of here in a good place. Tell me about it.
Yeah, good night tonight in Anaheim. I think overall, I rode really good in practice, good in the heat race, and good main event. So I'm happy with where we're at, happy with where the bike's at, and I'm ready to get back to work.
What'd you think of the start today, the split start? Was that difficult? Or you were on the inside, so it probably wasn't too bad for you, but...
Yeah, I was inside all starts, so I mean, it wasn't terrible. I heard a lot of guys saying they were locking bars and whatnot. I got off to a good start in the main event, so it didn't affect me too much, but yeah, I heard a lot of guys were locking bars, so.
And then, is there anything that you learned this weekend that you're going to take with you in these next couple weeks?
Yeah, I was a little too patient in that main event. I think I could have won that main event if I really hammered like I do at the test track. So my riding was overall really good, and I was really patient. So I think that's a plus. Obviously, I think last year I got a little too excited and rode a little sporadic. So just to calm that down and ride like myself was a big thing tonight.
All right, cool, man. Well, we'll see you next weekend.
Thank you. See you in San Diego.